What's up, witches?
What's up?
I'm Linda,
And I'm John.
and this is Getting Witchy. And today we are discussing,
Scottish cryptids and a little bit of folklore
yes,
because some of the folklores and some of the folklore and stories behind it are pretty close to cryptids, especially if it leaves a physical footprint.
right. And this is actually going to be our last episode about the cryptids, right?
Yeah. I mean, we don't need to do Ireland, even though there are different ones in Ireland than there are Scotland, but I mean, they're kissing cousins. So they're like, I mean, they overlap. It's just some of the same ones, but with different names.
Right.
Um, but yeah, this is the last one. But anyway, so um, let's get started with the most well-known cryptid of Scotland, and that would be Nessie, or the Loch Ness monster.
Oh, okay, sure. Um, all right. The Loch Ness Monster, often nicknamed Nessie, is one of Scotland's most famous cryptids and probably the world's most well known. It's said to inhabit Loch Ness, which is the largest and deepest freshwater loch in Scotland, which, if you don't know, loch just means lake. Descriptions vary, but it's often depicted as a long serpentine type animal with humps, a small head, and a long neck resembling a plesiosaur. Um, Sightings date back centuries, with one of the earliest reports coming from the 6th century when Saint Columba allegedly encountered a water beast in the loch. The modern legend of Nessie began in 1933 after a couple reported seeing a large mysterious creature crossing the road near the loch. So not even in the water, it was on the road. This sparked widespread interest, leading to numerous sightings, photographs, even some scams over the years, of course, because
People
you
do
know,
that.
people are people, and sometimes people suck. Some of the most famous evidence includes the 1934 surgeon's photograph, which was later revealed as a hoax. And some readings from the
Sonar. Sonar.
sonar readings. Sorry,
No, you're good.
sonar readings from the 1970s and the 1980s that detected large moving objects under the water. While many explanations for Nessie exist, ranging from misidentified animals, because apparently we love that, like seals and sturgeon, to geological effects and hoaxes. Um, Despite extensive scientific investigations, no definitive proof has ever been found.
And I don't know about the one in the 70s. I do remember seeing the special in the 80s where they used sonar and other they also they put microphones down.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and people still tried to explain it. Well, that was a school of fish, but it wasn't moving like
A
a
school of
school of
fish.
fish would, because they're quick. It's like a flock of birds.
Right.
Like they go all over. They're crazy. No, this was steady, and it wasn't doing a back and forth kind of thing, because based on reports, it kind of does one of
Oh,
these.
the up and down.
So you wouldn't necessarily see that in sonar from above
Right.
because it's doing this. So what you would see is it just moving forward. But they still try to explain it away as a school of fish.
So it moves more like a dolphin
Yeah.
than a school of fish.
Yes.
Okay.
But I remember that in the 80s. So then more on water cryptids. Um, what?
You, you mean more on water cryptids? Not
More
more on,
of,
more of. Okay,
more of.
not more on water cryptids.
No, they're not morons.
Okay, just
Um, Now I'm going to try to pronounce this correctly. It's spelled Morag, and there's two pronunciations apparently. One is Morak or Marag. The Morak is again another water cryptid local to Loch Morar. That would make sense for the name of the animal.
yeah.
A deep freshwater loch in Scotland and is often compared to Nessie, though it's apparently much lesser known. I've actually never heard of it. Descriptions of Morak vary, but it's typically portrayed as long serpentine. My ears are ringing. A long serpentine-like creature between 20 and 30 feet in length with dark brown skin, snake-like head, and multiple humps visible above the water. The image that they show for this particular creature looks more like a freaking giant anaconda.
Mm.
Unlike Nessie, sightings of Morak tend to describe a creature more serpentine or mammalian rather than dinosaur-like. Morak's legend includes numerous reported sightings dating back to the 19th century. One early account from 1887, James MacDonald described a creature in the loch that resembled a mermaid or kelpie rather than, and we're going to get into kelpies, rather than a traditional lake monster. More modern sightings include a notable encounter in 1948 when John Gillies, Noel or Noel
No.
O'Donnell, and others claim to see a 20-foot long creature with distinct humps along the southern shore of Loch Morar. Similarly, in 1969, Duncan McDonnell and William Simpson reported striking Morak with their boat, and they described it as a large snake-like creature with humps and a head about 12 inches wide. That could eat a person. What? Why are you holding back laughter? Did I do something wrong?
No. But every time you say that something has humps, I just were they lovely lady humps?
Oh, dear God. Okay, your turn.
Okay. Oh, the bear.
Beir. It's spelled Beithir, but the two pronunciations are Beir or
Or bear.
Beher.
Again, another Scottish water
Also
cryptid.
a snake-like creature.
Yes, a large serpent or water-dwelling creature, often described with a supernatural connotation. The bear is a massive venomous serpent or dragon-like creature. From Scottish folklore, known as the largest and deadliest snake in Gaelic tradition. It lacks wings and fire breath, instead living in dark mountain caves and glens where it strikes victims with a lethal sting. So it's more scorpion than dragon. Um, the bear is often portrayed as, oh wait, no. It originates from Gaelic and Irish words meaning serpent or beast. It's said to inhabit lakes and caves, particularly around. What the fuck is that?
Yeah, I didn't look up the pronunciation. I forgot to
Okay, I think it's Loch Mullid. Muillidh.
You got to book in it. Sorry, I'm not trying to be disrespectful for the Scottish language. It's beautiful. Can't understand a
It's in the
goddamn thing you're
Scottish
saying.
Highlands, this lake, Loch, anyway, descriptions of the Bayeux suggest that it is 9 to 10 feet long. Oh, that's kind of small
Hmm.
compared to the other lake serpents.
Except
And most active during the summer months. It's often portrayed as a water snake or dragon-like creature with an elusive nature. Unlike purely mythical beings, some sightings and local accounts align it more closely with a cryptid. So apparently, it doesn't like to be viewed.
hmm,
One additional point to this particular
this I found interesting.
cryptid is the lethal race. If someone is bitten or stung by a bear, they must race the creature to the nearest body of water, like a loch, river, or pool of water. Um, Reaching the water first cures the victim, but if the monster wins, then death is certain. That
Because he won't let
is,
you in the water.
and while possible explanations for the bear's origins include misidentifications of large grass snakes,
They
um,
love that
right,
misidentification thing.
Which occasionally grow up to 6 feet in southern Europe, but are smaller in the UK, or of course, the European eel, which migrates to freshwater but rarely grows longer than 4 feet. Um, the creature it's rarely reported today. Gee, I wonder why. Its legend remains an intriguing part of Scottish myth, combining the region's rich folklore with cryptozoological curiosity. So, I mean, how do we know that the reason it's not reported is because somebody beat it to the lake?
That wouldn't kill the
But we don't know that.
creature.
If the creature beating the person to the lake would kill the person, then how do we know that the person beating the creature to the lake wouldn't kill the creature?
Because it saves the person.
So,
Okay. Anyway, this is long enough. We sidebar way too often to get too sidetracked.
okay, continue.
The Earth Hound. Um, this one's a little ick. The Earthhound is an odd cryptid form, excuse me, an odd cryptid from northeastern Scotland or
Oh, this
northeast
one.
Scotland.
Oh, this
It's
one.
described as a rodent-like animal with long dog-like head, a pig-like snout, very large incisors, and mole-like feet with claws and a bushy tail. It's said to mostly inhabit graveyards, where it burrows into graves and feeds on human corpses.
One more reason why I plan to be cremated.
Known by various names as the yard dog or yard swine, but it's YIRD, yard swine. The Earthhound is firmly rooted in the folklore of Aberdeenshire. Historical accounts of Earthhound sightings are rare, but can be intriguing. In one instance from 1867, a gardener reportedly plowed up an Earthhound, which bit him before he killed it and brought the carcass home. I couldn't find anything about what happened after that.
Probably ate it.
You know. Another sighting occurred in 1915 when a similar creature was uncovered in the parish churchyard of Maastricht, again, Aberdeenshire. Witnesses describe it as roughly the size of a large rat, but with mole-like features. The Earthhound's role in folklore likely stems from its association with death and burial practices, as well as a general fear of creatures disturbing the dead. While its existence is not supported by science, the accounts capture the blend of curiosity and unease that surround many cryptids and strange animals in Scottish culture. Then
Mm,
we have the blue men of the Minch.
yes. Now, these are unique figures in Scottish folklore. They are sometimes referred to as storm kelpies. They're said to live in the rough waters of the Minch, which is a strait that has claimed many ships over the centuries. These mysterious beings are described as human-like in appearance, but with blue-tinted skin and long flowing beards, and they travel in groups. They're strong swimmers and are often seen floating on or just below the surface of the water, waiting for ships to pass by. Now, their goal is to create chaos. The Blue Men are known for challenging the captains of ships with rhyming riddles, demanding a quick-witted response. If the captain cannot respond in kind, then the Blue Men would summon storms, capsize the ship, and drag it and its crews to the depths. So it's kind of a mix of the Greek Sphinx and mermaids and sirens.
And the Kraken.
Weird, and the Kraken, yes. Many believe that the stories of the Blue Men of the Minch probably originated from real fears held by sailors who navigated the dangerous waters of the region. But I mean, really, who knows? They are compared to the beautiful sirens in Greek mythology, since they essentially do the same thing. They bring a ship and its crew to their demise.
And now the shapeshifters. There's always shapeshifters.
There's always shapeshifters.
In every single one we've done, there are shapeshifters. So in Scottish folklore, they're the Selkies, Selkies, are shapeshifters capable of moving between the worlds of land and sea. In their natural form, they appear kind of like big seals, but they can shed their skins to reveal a human form, which is
gross.
Yeah, especially with what I'm about to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
The stories surrounding Selkies are often bittersweet, tinged with themes of longing, loss, and the struggle for freedom. One of the most famous Selkie tales involves a fisherman who happens to come across the skin of a Selkie on the shore. Curious and captivated by the creature's beauty, he hides the skin, trapping the Selkie in human form. With no choice but to stay, the Selkie marries the fisherman and bears him children. Despite living a seemingly happy life, the Selkie never stops longing for the sea. One day, she finds her hidden skin and without hesitation returns to the ocean, leaving behind her family and the life she built on land. But her kids would be Selkies too, wouldn't they?
Well, they'd be partial, but
So these folktales often portray Selkies as tragic figures caught between two worlds and never fully at home in either one. Some believe the Selkies longing for the sea can be seen as an allegory of a human's yearning for authenticity and freedom, a theme that resonates in the world where in a world where many of us feel pressured to conform to societal expectations. And this one's dark.
So another shape-shifting creature from Scottish folklore, but unlike the Selkies, their nature is much, much darker. We are talking about the Kelpies. Now, a Kelpie is an evil water spirit whose most common form is that of a beautiful, tame horse, often with a wet mane that entices weary travelers to mount it. Unfortunately, once the victim is on the Kelpie's back, the Kelpie charges into the water. Like it'll rush into the water, drowning the rider and devouring them in the depths.
Yeah, there was no mincing words on that one.
No sugarcoating that one. The Kelpie isn't confined to just one form. Some tales describe it as being able to transform into a handsome young man to lure women to the water's edge, where it reveals its true murderous nature, because apparently, people don't have enough to worry about besides murderous people at the edge of the water. Unsurprisingly, there are similar creatures in Celtic lore, including stories from the Isle of Man.
Something you could look up if you
Yeah.
have an interest. And then we have the boobrie. And yes, I said boob, but not booby. I said boobrie. It's Boobrie. The boobrie in Scottish folklore is described as an unknown water bird that's sometimes associated with the Kelpie due to its reported ability to shapelift. Found in regions.
So what?
Huh?
Oh, I'm sorry. I think I heard you wrong.
Due to its reported ability to shapeshift.
Okay.
Found in regions like Argyll and Bute, the boobrie is said to resemble a large loon with white streaks on its neck and breast, a long eagle-like bill, and webbed clawed feet. Its call is likened to the roar of an angry bull, and it's said to live in isolated lochs and marshes, and it feeds on lambs and otters. That's a big bird if it's feeding on lambs.
That is a big bird.
Some stories suggest that it can transform into various aquatic creatures or even a giant insect to lure its prey, similar to other tales of Scottish shape-shifting creatures like the Kelpies. While there are attempts to explain the boobrie as a misidentified bird, such as the yellow-billed loon, its supernatural attributes, particularly its shape-shifting abilities and predatory habits, firmly rooted in the realm of cryptids and folklore. And there are the ghosts and spirits.
Yes.
That haunt humans.
Yes. So the first one we have is the Nuckelavee. I think I said that right. It is an evil sea spirit from Orcadian folklore. So this is coming from the Orkney Islands of northern Scotland. It's considered to be a bringer of disease, famine, and misfortune. It's described as a grotesque hybrid creature, blending elements of horse and man into a single horrifying form. So y'all remember when we talked about the red ghost, the camel with the dude on its back? Well, this is pretty much the same thing, but it's a horse with a skeleton fused to its back. Really gross. But the horse-like body has flippers for legs, a massive gaping mouth, and of course the humanoid figure fused to its back, all skeleton-ish. The most terrifying detail, oh, here we go, is its skinless body, revealing raw pulsating flesh, blood vessels, and tendons, making it an unmistakable figure of terror. Now, this creature's mythology highlights its connections to environmental and social calamities. Its breath is said to carry venom capable of withering plants and bringing disease to both humans and animals.
I know some people like that. Sorry. Go ahead.
And despite its destructive nature, this creature has some vulnerability. It cannot tolerate fresh water and is unable to cross streams or rivers. So this weakness does provide a rare means of escape for those unfortunate enough to encounter it. However, folklore surrounding the Nuckelavee also portrays it as a highly territorial being with a strong aversion to humans entering its domain.
And then there's the Bean Nighe. Bean Nighe. The Bean Nighe, or washerwoman, is a ghostly figure and is often described as a woman seen washing bloodstained clothes or bloodstained armor at the edge of a river or loch. According to legend, the Bean Nighe is an omen of death. Those who encounter her are either destined to die or are witnessing the foreshadowing of someone else's death. The Bean Nighe is sometimes depicted as a haggard old woman with a ghostly pallor, but other stories describe her as a more neutral figure or young maiden. And she's simply performing her grim task without any malice. It's like the angel of death. That's their job. There are some versions of the myth that if a person approaches the Bean Nighe and speaks to her respectfully, they might be able to gain insight into their own fate or possibly alter it. Now, this particular situation is rare because most who encounter her are too paralyzed with fear to even consider such an action. The origins of the Bean Nighe likely stem from the ancient Celtic belief in the banshee, another female spirit whose wailing heralds death. And another similar omen, the night watchers, can be found in Breton folklore. Breton most commonly refers to as the Celtic language or the people of Brittany in northwestern France. So that's a creepy one.
Yeah. Although, I mean, does she wail as she washes her stuff, or is she just
It didn't say.
Because, I mean, why would she be
compared to a banshee?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anyway, up next we have fat lips.
Would love to. I could not find any info on how this cryptid or entity was given its name, but continue.
So Fat Lips is a supernatural figure from Scottish folklore said to haunt the ruins of Dryborough Abbey. It's described as a small being wearing heavy iron shoes and believed to roam the vaults, stomping across the stone floors with an ominous clatter. So it's a little person in big shoes. While there are no accounts of Fat Lips harming anyone, the presence of this spirit created an atmosphere of dread, leading local villagers to avoid the area, especially at night. The origins of Fat Lips are tied to the tragic story of a woman who lived in the Abbey ruins. This woman claimed to be in communication with the spirit, whom she described as her guardian or companion during her self-imposed exile. Her reclusive life and unwavering belief in Fat Lips blurred the lines between her personal tragedy and local folklore, giving rise to the legend of the creature. And over time, Fat Lips became less about the woman herself and more a part of the Abbey's haunted reputation.
Now, I didn't get the pronunciation for this one. So the next one reminded me of Slender Man. So the images, and that's one of the images that she'll be putting in Instagram and I guess maybe Facebook or whatever that you do that in. But the gray man, or most commonly referred to as the big gray man of Bean Nighe. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that other part.
Fear Leithmore.
Okay.
Maybe.
Sure. Go for that.
I don't know.
So the big gray man, I'm going to stick with the big gray man.
Yeah.
Is a mysterious entity reported on Bean Nighe, Scotland's second highest mountain, in the Cairngorms, considered by some to be a cryptid, but with more characteristics of a supernatural being. It's described as a giant figure between 10 and 20 feet tall, with broad shoulders and long waving arms. Again, like I said, kind of like the Slender Man. And the arms from the images that they showed of artists' interpretations of descriptions, his arms are damn near as they're they go below his knees.
Mm-hmm.
The big gray man is often associated with sense of unease rather than direct sightings, but one of the most famous accounts comes from 1891 when mountaineer Norman Colley described hearing footsteps crunching behind him as though something massive was following or mirroring his pace. And then in 1942, Sidney Scroggie, camping on the Cairngorms, reported seeing a large, stately figure walking through the fog. Physical evidence, such as large footprints measuring 19 inches long, had also been reported, adding to the mystery.
Jack, what are you doing?
Attempted explanations for the big gray man range from natural phenomena to psychological effects. For instance, the Bracken specter, scientifically described as an optical illusion where an observer's shadow appears large and surrounded by a halo of light, is one theory. But like you when you first read this, you were like, yeah, but how is it this person's shadow when the figure
is not exactly
being cast onto the clouds or the whatever?
Right.
It has a hat.
Right. Oh, yes, because one of the so in one of our previous episodes we discussed the Dark Watchers, and the Brocken Spectre was a type of explanation for that. But again, like if the Dark Watchers are wearing hats and the person who's viewing it is not wearing a hat, how could it be their silhouette projected onto this cloud if they're not wearing the hat? Right. So yeah.
And then others still suggest the high altitude and harsh conditions, because this is one of the largest mountains in Scotland,
right,
could trigger hallucinations or heightened senses, causing people to misinterpret natural sounds and sights. This actually went quicker than I thought it was going to. 9 pages, and this is the last one.
Yes.
Go ahead.
We are talking about the wander lights.
Again,
which are atmospheric ghost lights seen by travelers at night, often in swamps, but some reports also speaking of wander light sightings in graveyards. It looks like a low hovering orb of light and is known to recede when approached, which leads the travelers away from safe paths. There are many other names for wander lights, including Ignis Fatuus, which was medieval Latin for foolish fire, Will of the Wisp, Hinky Punk, and many more. The term wanderlight comes from the Dutch word dwallicht, in which dwal means wander and licht means light. The term will o' the wisp comes from wisp, which is a bundle of sticks or paper, sometimes used as a torch, and the name will, thus will of the torch. Basically, the term jack-o'-lantern, Jack of the Lantern, has a similar meaning. In the United States, they're often called spook lights, ghost lights, or orbs by folklorists and paranormal enthusiasts. Folklore belief attributes the phenomenon to fairies or elemental spirits, explicitly in the term hobby lanterns, found in the 19th century denim tracts. Briggs's A Dictionary of Fairies provides an extensive list of other names for the same phenomenon, though the place where they are observed, graveyards, bogs, etc., does influence the naming considerably. When observed in graveyards, they are known as ghost candles, which is also a term from the denim tracts. And the names Will of the Wisp and Jack-o'-lantern are explained in etiological folk tales recorded in many various forms in Ireland, Scotland, England, Wales, Appalachia, and Newfoundland. In these tales, protagonists named either Will or Jack are doomed to haunt the marshes with a light for some misdeed that they committed. An Irish version of the tale has a ne'er-do-well named Drunk Jack or Stingy Jack, who makes a deal with the devil, offering up his soul in exchange for payment of his pub tab. When the devil comes to collect his due, Jack tricks him by making him climb a tree and then carving a cross underneath, preventing death from climbing down, or the devil from climbing down. In exchange for removing the cross, the devil forgives Jack's debt. However, because no one as bad as Jack would ever be allowed into heaven, Jack is forced upon his death to travel to hell and ask for a place there. The devil denies him entrance in revenge, but as a boon, as a favor, grants Jack an ember from the fires of hell to light his way through the twilight world to which lost souls are forever condemned.
Cool. That did go a lot quicker than I thought it would. So, and I forgot to mention this last time, but our source material for these was mythfolks, mythfolks.com/Scottish-folklore. And then cryptids with a Z.fandom.com. And then just search Scottish. And you will see all kinds of interesting stuff.
Yes, there are so many more that we haven't covered because, I mean, just.
I actually thought this was going to be like an hour and a half long episode. I mean, I got 9 pages of notes. Normally we do 6.
Right.
And it's 45 minutes. So I figured, the way we get distracted and talk about all kinds of crazy stuff. But anyway, thank you for joining us. I hope you enjoyed this episode. And we will. What are we doing next?
So we are going to start our numerology series.
Okay.
We also have an interview with Sunshine Witchy coming up, who is also known as the pink-haired sober witch. So we're going to be doing an interview with her.
Love that name.
We still have to do our review of the hybrids, the documentary.
Yes. We need to watch that again.
Yes, we do need to watch that again. So yeah, that's what we have coming up. And also, if you are in the Phoenix area, Friday, August 28th, we have our full moon psychic fair at the Main Street Creative Arts Center, located at 933 East Main Street in Mesa, Arizona. That event is running from 6 to 10 p.m. So if you are in the area, stop by. It's free entry. You don't have to pay to get in. And if you stop by our booth at Three Sisters Botanicals, you will get a free gift. And we did decide what that was going to be, right?
Yes.
Okay. And what is that going to be?
Well, I mean, we've got samples of Mama Said Knock You Out, Success Oil,
and the focus.
Focus. Is that the only 3? The only ones?
I think we have grief too.
And grief.
Okay. So, yeah, stop by.
So stop by and say hi.
Yeah. And, when you stop by, let us know you listen to the podcast or mention the podcast and you'll get the free gift.
So, thank you for joining us. Hope you enjoyed it and can't wait to see you again.
Yes. Peace out, witches.
Peace.
Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. We love you. And we can't wait to see you again. Oh, hi, Jack. Peace out.